JavaScript modal dialog window. Description. Modal dialog is used to create pop-up windows. To use it, you need to include dialog.css style file and dialog.js JavaScript file. To create a dialog, you need to call the show modal function. The first sample is information dialog with the table in a body. The second one is dialog with buttons and has additional field with input name. Parameters of function show modal. The first one is header, which is window title text. The second one is the body text of the modal window. The third parameter is callback function, which called if the user clicked on the button with index n. Also, this function will be called if the user clicked on the cross in the window title bar. In this case, callback from -1 is called here. And if the user clicked outside the dialog box, in this case, callback from -2 is called. The next parameter is names, which is array of button names. And the last parameter is @close, which is closing parameter. If @close equals true, then closing the window will be called after calling the callback function if n less than 2. That is, if the user clicks on the first or second button or the cross in the title bar on or outside of the dialog box. If @close equals false, then callback function is just always called. Helper functions. Close modal, which is closes the modal window. Get modal button returns a modal button with the number n. Can be used, for example, to disable or change the button text. And is modal visible. Returns true if the window is created and visible. Otherwise false. Example. The example is selection of columns for displaying data as table with filter by file name. The OK button is blocked if invalid regular expression for the filter is set, or if all columns are disabled. The window contains 2 additional buttons. Leave only the name and all columns. Now let's see source code of the example. You can download source code or copy it to clipboard. We have a data with files, and in the body we have button, which calls dialog function on click. The dialog function calls show modal with header and table, which created from our regular expression and state of checkboxes. Then we pass arrow callback function. If user click on OK, then we create a table from regular expression and states of checkboxes, and then calls close modal. If the user clicks on the second or third button, then we set checkboxes and calls update button state. Then we pass names of the button, and then we pass false, which means we don't need additional close calls after call our callback function. The update button state is function which enable or disable OK button. At first it tries to make regular expression. If there is exception on creating, then we set color of input is red, otherwise is black. And then we enable or disable our OK button, depends on regular expression and checkboxes.